Our guest on this episode of the Follow Your True Azimuth micro podcast is Lea Stabler. Lea is a career satisfaction coach for mid-career professionals ready to increase their joy coefficient. Hi, Lea.
Hi, Scott. Thanks for inviting me to be on. Happy to be here and share my story.
You are welcome, Lea. We're happy to have you here too, and excited to hear it. I know you're not going to talk about the joy coefficient, which I am so curious about, but that's maybe a guesting on another episode in the future. Until then, or for today I should say, tell us your True Azimuth story.
A time I struggled to follow my true azimuth. The first time was when I was in college. I selected Westchester State College primarily because I love sports, and it had the reputation of the small colleges in Pennsylvania as being one of the better programs. However, I didn't trust that going into the phys ed department would be good enough. I just didn't think people would think well of me or that it would be stimulating enough for me. So I chose biological sciences because it sounded good, and it was going to require me to be smart and would show people that I wasn't just a dumb jock. You know, it's remarkable that that was so strong for me then. But I was intent on going physical therapy, and if things didn't work out in biological sciences, I could end up back in the training program down at South Campus of the university and take that path. So for the first 3 years, I was pursuing what was the equivalent of pre-med. And by the summer of before my senior year, I had heard about a marine science consortium that Westchester was part of and attended that. So those 2 months, I went from Bar Harbor, Maine to Marathon Key, Florida, studying different ocean topics. While there, I connected with a couple research students who were working on shark audiology, a behavior type of focus, and it opened my eyes and heart to something that was just exciting, to be able to observe and engage with different topics around animal behavior. I returned to campus excited about this and talked to my advisor about how can I do something at Westchester on this. And it turns out the biology department did not have animal behavior in its curriculum. There was, however, a professor on campus in the psychology department that was doing behavior research, but again, not a curriculum around animal behavior. With my advisor, we crafted a program for that year that allowed me to engage in the study of behavior. And it was the first time that I had truly set my own course and manage the resources around me to fill my need rather than my slipping into what was available. It was a remarkable year. I loved it. I found myself sitting in a closet watching fish come to the surface and recording that. So it's an example of my following my azimuth at the most earliest, but I also at the end of the year when graduation came, I left that behind because my insecurity kicked in again, and I went for what I thought would be more socially acceptable and entered the business world. That's why I'm a career satisfaction coach today, to help others stick with those topics or those items that are of importance to them.
Lea, as a person who has personally changed his major many, many times when he was in undergraduate school, I really appreciate your story and am glad to have you here. I hope you'll come back because I have a sense that there's more to your story than this college story, more to how you became a job and career satisfaction coach, especially since you went into the business world after you were in college. I'd love to hear that part of your True Azimuth story, maybe on a future episode.
Thank you, Scott. I appreciate the opportunity to share my story about how easy it is to be distracted from our true direction. My work as a career satisfaction coach is grounded in these my own personal experiences, and helping others find their inner compass is what I call my work. So I wish you well with your work. Appreciate the opportunity to touch other people. Have a good day.